cleaning up. I got to get out of here real quick to pick up some supplies to finish up my projects here. But I told you how we've been asking this fellow who makes this product. His name is Partay's PSP Products. And one of the things he talked about, we didn't talk about it, one of the things he said in his statement was about gain range. Now, again, this is a guy who gets on YouTube and talks about how we don't know what we're talking about, how we're fakes and phonies and all this stuff at the end of the day. Well, we've been asking him quite a lot about this gain range. Now, for those of you who know what gain range is, and if you haven't got my name before, I'm Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition, Crystal Edge Technology Screens, and our segment we like to call Cartoon PC Kingdom. But anyway, yeah, we've been asking about this range game for the longest time, and I haven't got anything back. No information, nothing at all. On the blacklist, you will see that we contacted Mr. Rogers multiple times. I've contacted him through messaging board. I've contacted him through email. We've received nothing back. Mind you, we are taking this company to court for fraud, showing that he deliberately went out, made a product, faked the specification sheets, continued to lie to his customers and rip them off on something that does not exist. And that clearly falls under the line of, yes, consumer fraud. So this is a guy who said he did a review on his product. As you notice, this video is in the dark. This is a black screen. It's in the dark. But the screen and the transitions back and forth turns gray. So we know the screen is definitely gray. Now, we've asked him multiple times about gain range. He has not responded back in any way whatsoever. So let's show you what we got going on in this video. I'm going to pop over here. And we're going to go pull up the product itself. And we're still looking for this gain range. We've asked him multiple times. I'm going to go at the bottom and show you what we requested from him right here. So did he remove the video? Did he remove it? I think he removed it. Hold on a minute. He put comments at the bottom. Mind you, Mr. Lee, I record everything, so I document everything that I write. So if you remove what we requested, we'll know about it. So let me see here. So it looks like, yeah, he removed it. He blocked comments. Comments aren't here. So in the comments, and I'll go back and show you the video. In the comments, we requested, and we're going to request them again to you, Mr. Lee. Can you explain to us in 2 video demonstrations? We gave you a deadline when these videos had to be performed. You have until the end of the month to show us 2 video demonstrations on gain range. Something that basically Mr. Partay has claimed and his video demonstrations that his paint has the ability to do. For those who know what gain range is, and this is going to sound pretty silly, it is. Basically, he is stating that you can take this same paint, paint it in some kind of different direction, and receive another gain. So the screen paint has the ability to perform 2 different forms of gain depending on the paint on technique. And I haven't seen any demonstrations on it since then. He doesn't talk about it. Silent Wait doesn't talk about it. Or Daniel McAfee did some of the trades on that. Jamie's also did demonstrations on his product. He hasn't talked about gain range. So again, if it's not true, why do you have it on your site? So here we are right there. You can see for yourself that we're not making it up. This is gain range. We talked about this before. As a 0.8 to a 0.85 can vary slightly based upon application technique. When you click on here, there's no video there at all, period. It's a blank. Scroll down something about the screen paint, and there's nothing there at the bottom. No videos whatsoever. So if you can't back this up, and this is something you made up and you lied on your company, you lied on the product, then this falls under consumer fraud. So again, we're still gathering a little bit more information because I like to make sure that people are sealed in nice and tightly when I take them to court. So we've asked a customer, the only person we could find who had this stuff, about the gain range, and we got nothing back. So as you can see, he removed the comment section. Let's go over here, back over here. See if we can basically put anything in the comment section. Nope, comment section is completely removed. Now, why would he remove the comment section? Because we put in some detailed information asking him to explain to us what gain range is. We asked him from the door, can you show us 2 video demonstrations? We got nothing at all, period. Also, too, keep in mind that we sent over our test demonstrations on our products, even on ad tech showing it can pull up in sunlight outside. So he can't basically at the end of the day show it because it doesn't exist at all, period. Number 2, this is supposed to be a black screen, and yet this black screen is in the dark the entire time. If you look at it, we're in the dark. And the screen's not black. Let me show you the transition. Watch this. Screen is gray. Let's see if we can get that transition a little bit slower in there. There we go. So your screen is not black. Your screen is actually gray. And that's why you're doing the demonstration in the dark. You're doing the demonstration in the dark because the light's on, people see the real color of the screen. The fact that that screen is gray and you have to be in the dark like that, pretty much is kind of sad because our screens are darker than your black paint. And this one's gray, and it's darker than your black paint. Anytime you see somebody doing a screen in a dark environment, that's the first sign to tell you at the end of the day that that screen is gray, not black. Why would you have a black screen in a dark environment? What for? You know, contrast picks up. Whether I can take contrast of star film, put it on black paint, it'll pull up in a fully lit environment. It doesn't change it. Now, if I put a white level on it, it may come up dirty and dingy. That's where it's definitely going to come up. But black is black. It's a neutral color. So you don't have to turn out the lights for black. It's like white. If you show a white screen, you don't have to turn the lights out to better the white levels. It's a neutral color. It's going to show whether the lights are on or off. So with that being said, why in the world do you have a black screen sitting in a dark environment the entire time? Because you know why? The screen's gray, that's why. So, Mr. Lee, I asked several requests from you. First request I asked from you, and I got it on a recording. I requested for you basically show us a demonstration of the screen outside, fully lit environment so we can see the screen operating. With the gain it has right now, it should be able to do that with no problem whatsoever. Also asked you demonstrations with the lights on so we can see the screen in a fully lit environment. That was never done, as you can see by your video demonstration over here. I told you to do a black versus black demonstration next to your screen showing that basically doesn't match any form of black paint. It's your screen is pulling a 100% black level and not a gray level. Nothing there. And I asked you again to ask you about range gain. And as you can see, there's nothing there at all. He didn't post any videos at all. Let's go back to the channel itself. As you can see, only 2 videos are there. So it clearly shows that Mr. Lee could not produce this so-called range gain as the owner claimed he could. And he also could not produce any videos in fully lit environments for a screen to have a gain that high. I don't know why we sit in a dark environment that dark to begin with, so that doesn't make any sense at all, period. So again, scam. Definitely 100% scam. And Rogers, you're busted. And mind you, I'm going to use against you in court. I'm going to take your company to court for committing fraud. I'm going to put this up there in the file, basically stating that you coherent customers to say certain things and to do certain things in your videos to make your product look a certain way. See you in court, buddy. As for you, Mr. Lee, as I told you, we can show proof that this product did transfer overseas. And again, since he did make a statement that he makes all his products from scratch, which I'll show everybody that. Let's see. There we go. Clearly stating that none of his product chemicals are from over the counter. Partay's Premium Screen Paint C paints are made from scratch, not from over the counter. Now, if it's not over the counter, then what is it? Because I'm going to tell you something more. At one point, I was going to acquire selling my stuff at Home Depot, and Home Depot wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole unless I can show that basically it was tested. It has to be tested before they can even touch it, because they have to know exactly what happened. You can't ship something out to a consumer unless it's tested, because anything can go wrong. A consumer can get sick, a can could explode, anything could happen. That's why you see those little documents we have sitting on top of our boxes. Yeah, our stuff got tested. That's the only way we're able to go over. If we want to go do a distributorship with somebody, we have to have those documents showing proof. There you go, gentlemen. So, Mr. Rogers, since we can show that a paint did transfer overseas to the UK, and keep in mind, since it is within the 11th month, which means it's 3 years for fraud or anything else, you're still liable for this. Because that's 11 months ago. It's 3 years. If it's counted under fraud, it's 7. So, yeah, Homeland Security can get involved in this, or any other agency can get involved in this, because we can clearly show on your website, and if you delete it, again, it's not going to go well for you, showing that you are basically shipping an unsafe, unstable process paint through the mail. I bet you when those boxes got there, they probably weren't even labeled for liquids. Because we can tell on the receipts. When the receipts come up and they dig all that up, it shows it better you shipped it as a liquids or non-liquids. But anyway, just so you know that I'm tired of having this conversation with you. I said I was going to come back in and check on this guy. We gave him more than enough grace period. I was supposed to check on him last month, but I didn't. I got kind of busy. So we had plenty of time to have this video up to show and explain your gain range capabilities. And yet, he has nothing at all on his site. Nothing there. Just some slander in our product. And over here, basically, which is actually 1 year. Still, you fall under the statute of limitations. So when you do get expedited here to the United States, Mr. Lee, I'll make sure we meet you. So that way we can file our charges on you. Man, life is kind of hairy, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So, as he told you before, people, at the end of the day, his product, Mr. Rogers, is a scam. We've asked this customer months ago to do these demonstrations. He had the product, he did the review, he couldn't do anything at all. But just ignore us. And he went in and marked the bottom section where you can actually do your, where you can talk to people, comment section. He marked it as in basically you can't reply back. Man, boy, y'all stuff really sucks at the end of the day. I can't make this up how badly this stuff sucks. All right, I'm done here. I'm gonna pick up my stuff. I told you from the door, people. I warned y'all. Fake products. Fake products. What did I sit there and say at the end of the day? Yeah, you're gonna deal with that mess at the end of the day. Yes, but you're gonna get people who can't back up their products. People are gonna run out on you, and you're sitting there, whatever God knows, is sitting on your wall that you don't even know how to work it right. Good luck with that. Unbelievable. And the customer himself doesn't even know what gain range is. Danny doesn't even know what gain range is. Go to the blacklist. This is going to go to the blacklist, by the way. Go to the blacklist. Go look up. We contacted Danny Rogers 3 times through Messenger and 1 time through email to get nothing back. He doesn't know what it is. Now, Danny, if you don't know what this stuff is, and you have this sitting on your site and you're selling it, that's called consumer fraud. Since you don't crack books, let me help you. Is it against the law to lie to your customers when you're selling products? Yes. Is it against the law, gentlemen? Oh, Danny, I'm telling you, you're about to get nailed to a wall on so many levels, it's not even funny. This is going to be so bad for you, it's not even funny. I got a witness, I got a customer at the end of the day that we questioned and asked about this, and he couldn't even get out of range for it. So keep in mind, Mr. Lee could subpoena you and bring you to court for this, to question you. And yes, they can transfer you from the UK over here with no problem. And when you come here, I'm going to meet you. And when I meet you, I'm going to get you with that little nonsense you did in the UK, and you thought you got away with it. It's 1 year. I mean, statute of limitations, I can get you. I'm going to get you on fraud charges. So you'll stay here. This is why you got to be careful about the things you do. Now, let me see right here. How much jail time can you get for consumer fraud? So, it's up to a 10-year fine and 10 years in jail. So that means that, Mr. Rogers, you're going to go to jail. And you know why? Because we've been telling you since last year to remove this stuff off your site because you had no way to prove and back this up, which we had that time stamped. But it gets worse than that. There's all kind. There's something called misdemeanor fraud, federal fraud. That's what Jamie got. He got federal fraud. He got post office fraud charges and all that stuff. So yeah, you can't lie on products and make things up as you go along because this is extremely dangerous. Because imagine getting like an asthma inhaler or anything else you're getting. You may need heart monitoring, medicine, anything. And then if someone lies about that, this could potentially kill people. That's why they take it very, very seriously. So, what you're going to have to prove, Danny, when we go to court, that this stuff actually does exist. And if you can't, well, guess what? You're going to jail, and you're going to take a lot of money out of you. So, let's get that ball rolling Monday morning. The reason why I waited, Mr. Rogers, and the reason why I haven't heard anything on this is because I wanted to see how long it took for Mr. Lee to respond back to show us that he actually did test and he did do this at the end of the day. And the fact that that much time went by between the time period that I asked him, which I have it time stamped and recorded, I can clearly show the judge that we have asked this guy, since he did review your product, about gain range, and he couldn't give us anything at all. As a matter of fact, he went and he blocked the comment section to keep us from replying back. You're not a spring chicken, Mr. Rogers. A place like that, it's going to be hard on your back, your body, and everything else in this sun. Those beds aren't comfortable. I'll tell you that much. So, you guys are about to go through a life-changing experience. I mean, you came out and you talked a lot of trash, remember, and what happened? We outed you guys for all the dirt you've been doing. So, this nonsense is fake. On this site too, this is an open shopping cart that you can get access to. It also too has gain range sitting on top of it. So why do you have gain range on a shopping cart that you can't even support? Oh, you got a specification on you can't even support. That's lying to your customers. Excuse me. There's Jamie's site down. Jamie can't bring his setup no more. It's done. I told you, he can't bring his setup no more. It's done. Number one, his fan base is ticked off at him. Whatever you got left over, if there's anything left over there in the day, they don't appreciate the fact of him coming on talking about new beginning. They don't like that. People don't like to be lied to. When you came on there and talked about all this, I'm changing and this and that, we couldn't care less because we know you at the end of the day. We know what kind of person you are. And if you thought for a second that you coming back would affect our sales, no, you've never affected my sales, ever. Never affected my sales one time. Never. As a matter of fact, I get your customers. That's what the interesting thing about it. Your customers will contact us. They have that great paint. It doesn't work, and they'll contact us, and they are happy with our stuff. But again, you come back and you lied about the move, and they didn't like that. Your products are matching house paint. And keep in mind, Jamie, I went through your channel. It took me 3 hours, but I went through your channel, and we couldn't find any customers on any of your products since that video dropped about you matching house paint. You got these fake customers that come up, people that know you that will lie for you, and they probably didn't pay anything just to try to fluff your product. We already knew about that. They weren't real customers. They were fluff customers. So with that being said, no one bought your product after you matched house paint twice, because he's been damaging himself for quite some time. Then you turn around and you do a fake move and you lie to your customers. You're gonna lie about that. You'll lie about anything. And then you came back in again and you lied about basically moving on to better things, and even brought somebody in your family that we don't know may or may not passed away, because again, he lies a lot. Maybe you try to make it sound like you can get sympathy. People feel sorry for him. What happened to that video? It's gone. You got rid of it. It's off your account. He deleted it because he lied. He said moving on to bigger and better things. He never got a raise. I told you, he didn't get a raise. Who in their right mind says, I've been working a company all this time and I finally got a raise? Finally got a raise means he never got a raise. Most people would say that I finally got another raise because you already had one already before. That was a lie. When you got on camera, you laughed. The first time you did, I said, yeah, he's definitely lying. Because we know you. We know your poker face. So you were lying right from the door. And then moving on to bigger and better things. Jamie, you're a petty person at the end of the day. You can't move on from anything. You're petty. So you went back in and started slandering our products and carrying on and acting up. Even opened up your website where we got you 3 times, doxing addresses and posting my face without my permission, which landed you 3 separate lawsuits at $150,000 apiece. Compliment the lawyer next door who took care of all that for us. Now, I don't care if you don't show up for court. Like I said, I'm going to execute judgment on your stuff. And until we get you into a criminal court, you'll work for me because I'm going to garnish your paycheck right from the door. So that's going. That's done. Now, so at the time I wait for his landlord, because I'm getting chatter back about this landlord guy at the end of the day. But we'll have them sooner or later. I'll get a chance to talk with them. So, yeah, came back on, talked all this nonsense at the end of the day. Still was doing the same nonsense, haven't moved on. Said he was tired of screen paints and then he told me giving do-it-yourself products. At the end of the day, people hear you flip black and lie. You say one thing, you do another thing. You lie about that, you do this over here. People are tired of it. And then you're going to talk about selling a product. How are you going to sell a product? You can't even open your website. Many reasons why you can't open your website. Got that whole perjury thing going on. They're contacting. I'm pretty sure they're looking through your website. You probably told them you got rid of it. But the LLC is still going to be there, going to be a problem. You have people I got people at the end of the day that are on top of your site every day for you to open it up so you can get your products down here for testing. You're afraid of that? Yeah, that terrifies the daylight out. He doesn't know who's going to come through. What's the other problem you have at the end of the day on your site? You scam people. You're probably something with black and white paint. Your company's going to court. Whether your site's there or not, you're still going to court. And we can show the judge at the end of the day the activity of you removing your site and putting it back on, and removing your site and putting it back on, showing mysterious activity on your site. Whew, man, too easy. So, again, what's left? Mr. Williams? Oh, Mr. Williams is trapped in his apartment. He doesn't know what's going to happen to him. Pretty soon we're going to have contact with his landlord. Show him his activity. Mind you, IRS is involved with Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams faked as being a preacher at the end of the day. He was taking donations from people, fake church. He has no degree, no doctorate, nothing. Where was his money going to? Faking as a church. He's in a lot of trouble. So he ain't going nowhere either. That's basically about it. And for the rest, at the end of the day, who feel that, oh, we don't want to do business with me, at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm here already. We're off the platform pretty soon. We'll be marketing our product all out here, all throughout in town. I'll be making millions of dollars. And we decide to sell out, then you got nowhere to go. Because I know that. I did all the testing. I made sure that we did so much testing, we put the bar literally so high that no one could reach our technology. That we would be the only ones you can deal with. That's why we designed it that way. Why do you think we put all those match and better demonstrations out there? Not only to back our products up, but to prove that there's nothing like us. So we decide to move here, here, and here, and we cover this over, you got nothing left. Where are you going to go to? There you go. All right, got to go. I got business to take care of.